And breaking news tonight, a suspect is finally in custody after a violent crime spree involving a gun battle with police, a carjacking, and a SWAT standoff. We have a lot to show you tonight.
Starting with new video of the shootout between the suspect and officers that ended with 3 of them wounded. In this video shared with us by Ben Simon, you can see the suspect slide out of the passenger side door and run away with the officers chasing after him.
It is truly a miracle that 3 of the officers who were shot only suffered relatively minor wounds when you see how many bullets were fired and how many times that HPD patrol unit was hit. This all started with a domestic disturbance call, which led to the chase, the shootout, and the standoff.
Let's get to Zach Tawatari, where the standoff finally ended late tonight. Zach?
Well, it was in fact a wild and dangerous day as that suspect led police on 2 separate chases and 2 separate shootouts. Tonight they say they got him and they're grateful their other officers survived. An afternoon of mayhem finally coming to an end Thursday night as police took the suspect, who law enforcement sources say is 31-year-old Roland Caballero, into custody after a long standoff.
The suspect barricaded himself.
But according to police, it started as a domestic disturbance call around 2:40 this afternoon on Trolley Street. Caballero took off. Police followed. He eventually crashed his Dodge Charger here at McElhaney and Hutchins in the 3rd Ward. You can see in this video obtained by KHOU the suspect shot at and struck an HPD officer from behind the white Mercedes police say he carjacked from an innocent bystander. One witness who did not want us to use his identity recounted what it was like.
Very afraid because I have a child within the house and we had to hit the ground.
Police say Caballero had a modified weapon spraying numerous rounds and hitting 3 officers. Thankfully tonight, all 3 are expected to recover. According to police, Caballero then took off in that stolen Mercedes, heading to a home at Lyons and Lockwood in the 5th Ward, and exchanged fire with SWAT officers before ultimately coming out and surrendering just before 8 p.m. Caballero has at least 3 prior convictions. Chief Finner says he's thankful because the result could have been worse.
I'm really glad, first of all 3 officers that were shot on the original scene. As I stated earlier, they're going to be all right.
And Finner said he's also grateful no bystanders were hurt. That suspect was shot in the neck, taken to the hospital, and could have surgery tonight. Reporting live, Zach Tawatari, KHOU 11 News.
Such a terrifying ordeal for all those involved today. Zach Tawatari, thank you. Well, now we want to get to David Gonzalez, live at Memorial Hermann Hospital in the Texas Medical Center, where those officers are being treated. How are they doing tonight, David?
Mia, the good news is all 3 officers are expected to make a full recovery, and tonight Houston Police has just identified them as Officer Gatson, Officer Hayden, and Officer Alvarez, all who work for Northeast Patrol. And tonight, city officials say they're ready to fight what they're calling a gun violence epidemic.
These violent individuals, I'm damn tired of it.
Houston Police Chief Troy Finner venting his frustration tonight. 3 HPD officers are recovering after being shot in 3rd Ward. The 3 suffered non-life-threatening injuries. 1 shot in the foot, 1 in the leg, and the other in the arm.
All 3 officers are in good spirits. All were talkative, and we expressed, number 1, our support of them, how appreciative we are of their service, and how grateful and thankful that their injuries were not a lot worse.
Mayor Sylvester Turner says this week proves it's inherently dangerous to be a law enforcement officer.
There are a lot of guns on the street. Quite frankly, there are just too many that are on the streets and in the hands of people who will use these guns at a second on a notice.
Now, officials say they'll do whatever is necessary to curb gun violence in Houston.
Our city is a great city with great people in it. And we're going to stand up for them, and we're going to find out a way to deal with those very few, very violent individuals.
Next week, Mayor Turner plans to lay out additional steps to make the city safer. And while he did not go into detail as to what that may be, he says he wants residents to work with police. Tonight, all he's asking for is that you pray for the officers recovering here at Memorial Hermann. Mia?
Prayers out to those officers. Meanwhile, we'll be waiting to hear what kind of announcement the mayor makes. David Gonzalez, thank you.